Hey guys, it is Julie here with JT.Wealth. In today's video, we are talking about NIO, so let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back and thank you so much for being here. Like I said, today we are talking about the Chinese electric vehicle company NIO, and these guys have been on a heck of a run lately. So today we are going to chat about a few takeaways from their recent battery launch event. We're going to look at the company's current valuation and then look at some future outlook for them as well. And just before we jump into all of that great information, this is just your friendly reminder that if you enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and that you're subscribed to the channel as well. Down below in the description, we have some awesome links to our Patreon page and also some referral links if you're looking to start a new investment account. Right now, Webull is giving away 3 free stocks just for opening up and funding your account, so make sure to check it out. All right, now let's talk about NIO, who has had a heck of a run lately. In the last 6 months, these guys are up over 1,000%, and most recently just broke above to new highs above the $40 price point. And it has been another heck of a week for them as they started the week off with a report on their vehicle deliveries, which came in at 5,055 vehicles delivered for the month of October. Now, people were excited as that represented a 100% increase on a year-over-year basis. And we also saw an analyst bump up their price target on NIO, but we're going to get into those later on in the video, so stick around for that. Starting off, we are going to talk about their battery launch event. And this was a media conference on November 6th that NIO hosted to launch their 100 kilowatt per hour battery. So we're going to look at 3 key takeaways from this. And the first pretty simple takeaway from this event, as the name implies, was their new 100 kilowatt battery system. And when you talk about electric vehicle batteries, you measure their capabilities using the kilowatt hours. So this unit essentially looks at how much energy a car or any other appliance uses while running for 1 hour. And at least in most instances, bigger is better. And NIO knows this. So with the launch of their 100 kilowatt hour battery system, it can better take on rivals like Tesla and make other key improvements. So this new battery system will give their vehicles longer driving ranges, making them safer and provide more flexible upgrades. Another important thing to note is that with the 100 kilowatt hour battery, its vehicles will have a maximum driving range of 615 kilometers. Now, another big catalyst for NIO is their battery as a service business model. And during this battery launch event, they gave some more updates as far as that business plan, including the battery swapping stations. Essentially, NIO offers a subscription plan for batteries. Consumers buy the car and then select different options for what types and how many batteries they need. As a business model, this is very different than what we largely see in the US with the push to build more charging stations. As one writer put it, it's almost the EV equivalent to stopping on the highway to refill your gas tank. In just a few minutes, you can swap out for a fully charged battery and be back on the road. This improves the experience for long-distance drivers and also takes the pressure off owners to charge up at home overnight. So these battery swapping stations came into focus during the launch event, as NIO says it has already built 158 swapping stations around China, and that those stations have facilitated 1.18 million swaps. As it rolls out these new batteries and continues to expand its swapping station footprint, pay close attention. NIO will continue to build on this business model, making it more central with the launch of these 100 kilowatt batteries. When you buy a NIO vehicle with this new battery system, you will save money on the initial purchase price. Then you have selections on a monthly or yearly battery lease program to keep your vehicle charged. The third takeaway is that competition is fierce, and NIO made it very clear during their battery launch that they are watching Tesla. For so long, investors have considered it the Tesla of China. As it continues its path towards European expansion, NIO is quickly becoming an EV giant in its own right. Still, competition remains. Just minutes after the live event ended, Elon Musk took to Twitter with what many saw as a jab against NIO, saying that 420 is 10 times better than 42. So definitely some healthy EV competition happening there. Now, with such an incredible increase in their stock price as of late, what does that mean for NIO as a company and their valuation? Well, in another sign that EVs are taking over, NIO is now worth as much as GM, as they're now worth more than $50 billion. Now, investors are convinced that electric vehicles are the future, and for good reason. And because of this, they are willing to pay a premium for these new EV startup companies, as there are still some concerns that traditional automakers will be able to transition to the EV market. Now, NIO shares are up 73% over the past month and 827% year to date, returns that aren't remotely comparable to any other indexes. And they're also beating Tesla's return. Tesla stock, of course, is up about 400% year to date and also has a market value of about $400 billion, larger than any other global automaker by far. Now, a year ago, their market cap was just about $57 billion, a bit over GM's $54 billion. NIO's market capitalization was about $53 billion as of Thursday morning. That's about $1 billion more than GM's current $52 billion. So NIO is already larger than Ford Motor and Fiat Chrysler automobiles. Now, both Tesla and NIO are growing rapidly. NIO is currently worth about $867,000 per vehicle, and Tesla is valued at about $667,000 per vehicle, whereas companies like GM is at less than $1,000 per car or truck sold. And that big gap speaks to how investors feel about EVs. But Wall Street agrees in general terms, even if analysts have doubts about the stock's valuation. The average target for Tesla stock price implies a value for the company of roughly $330 billion, below the current figure, but still more than any other automaker, regardless of size. The average analyst price target values NIO stock for more than $33 billion, which is still far more than Ford's total. Now, all of this is just baffling to traditional auto investors for one big reason, and that is size. NIO on a run rate basis right now is delivering about 60,000 vehicles per year, and Tesla we're looking about 600,000, whereas companies like GM are delivering 7 million vehicles per year. Simply put, EV companies are on fire lately because investors expect that rapid growth to continue. So what do analysts think for NIO's future? Well, recently, JP Morgan analyst Nick Lay upgraded NIO to buy from hold and raised his price up to $40 from $14, as he views the company as a long-term winner in the China premium EV space. Citigroup analyst Jeff Chung raised his price target to a street high of $46.40, up from $33, and has a bullish outlook for China's electric vehicle sector. But when we take a look at the average analyst's outlook for NIO's stock, the price target comes in at $25.69, indicating a downside potential of about 32% in the coming months. The street is cautiously optimistic on NIO, where we have it rated as a moderate buy, with 6 buys versus 3 holds and 1 sell. And with a high-end target of $46, NIO may already be closing in on its highest expected price. One thing for sure is that all eyes will be set on NIO's Q3 report, which is scheduled to come out on November 17th. Now, I think that NIO has some great potential long-term, but with such an incredible run-up lately, we might be bound for some type of price correction soon. My word of advice when it comes to any of these newer, more speculative or high growth companies is always to make sure that you have set a plan for your investment, know your cost base, and have an idea of what price you'd like to take some profits in or even just trim back your position. Just make sure that you understand your risk and that you're comfortable with the exposure you have in the stock. Now, as a disclosure, I am not personally invested in NIO. Like I said, I think it does have some long-term potential, but it's just one that I've watched from the sidelines and never fully jumped into. That being said, these videos are always just for information and entertainment purposes, and any trades should always be made based on your own due diligence. On that note though, let me know your thoughts down below. I know a lot of you guys love NIO. I think they're doing really cool things, especially with their battery swapping service. So where do you think this stock can go? Do you think we're bound for a correction soon, or is it just onwards and upwards from here? I always love hearing from you guys, so make sure to leave it down below in the comment. If you made it all the way to the end here, make sure you give us a big thumbs up and that you're subscribed to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and cheers.